Hello guys and welcome back. We have the best player in the world, Magnus Carlsen, is facing #1 contender for this year's Norway Chess 2026, Alireza Firouzja, who is performing really well so far. He is first, I believe he's leading the tournament with 11 points. We will check out the standings after this game, so stay tuned for that. But before we check the actual game, we have a very nice photo so you guys can get in the right spirit. I'm going to make it a little more bigger so you guys can. There you go. So you guys can check it out. We have Alireza on the left side, Magnus on the right side, and both players made some moves, as you can see, and Magnus is thinking really hard. He was not pleased with the opening. This is what I read on Twitter, and now let's get straight to the action. We got a lot to cover. We have Magnus with the white pieces open the game with e4. We have e5 by Alireza and knight to f3. Knight jumps to c6 and we have bishop goes to b5. This is the Rui López is on the board, and now we have a6. Morphy's defense. Bishop goes back to a4, and now we have knight jumps to f6, attacking the e4 pawn. We have knight jumps to c3, and this is in this position. If we go back here, the most played move is castling the king and d3, but knight to c3 not so popular. We have bishop goes to e7 by Alireza, and now we have castles by white and b5, attacking the bishop. So bishop goes back to b3, and we have castles by black. d3 defending the pawn, and now we have d6 by Alireza. We have a3, making some breathing room for the bishop, so you can move it when it's attacked. Knight to a5, and bishop goes back to a2. You don't want the knight to capture the bishop on that b3 square. We have bishop to e6, challenging the Magnus light square bishop, and Magnus decides to trade. We have bishop captures and f takes on e6, and this is a very nice pawn structure. You will soon play d5 and maybe somehow exchange those pawns. We will see. We have b4 by Magnus attacking the knight. Knight jumps back to c6, and now we have bishop to d2, and queen goes to e8. The idea is probably to put the queen to g6 square and attack that, threaten that white king. We have knight jumps to e2. The knight is probably heading to that g3 square to help out with the defense. Knight to h5, looking at f4 square, and now we have c3, maybe preparing d4 in the future. Who knows? We have knight, bishop, bishop, knight, bishop. We have queen goes to g6. And now you need to be very careful. We have knight jumps to g3 and knight jumps to f4. This knight is really annoying, and here Magnus played a4, which is the best move, and I'm going to show you what could happen if Alireza captured the pawn. This is a mistake. I hope you wouldn't play that. We would see something like a takes on b5, and now you need to capture the pawn. A takes on b5, and here Magnus would just move the queen, attack the knight. The rooks would get shredded off the board. Rook captures, and rook captures on a1. Knight jumps back to f4, attacking the queen, but now queen captures the pawn. It's a threat on the c6 knight, and here the best move is to move the queen back, and this is perfectly fine for white. As you can see by the evil, white is slightly better in this position. So in this position, Magnus played a4, which is the best move, and like we discussed, you don't grab the pawn. Alireza played the best move himself, also queen to f7. And now we have d4 by Magnus striking the center, and even g5 by Alireza securing this knight. So this knight will stay on this square. We have a takes on b5 and a takes on b5. Rook captures on a8 and rook captures on a8, and now d takes on e5. D takes on e5, so Alireza has got double e pawn, and now we have Magnus eliminates this knight, and in this position he has an amazing idea in mind. We have bishop captures, and now e takes on f4. So Alireza undoubled his pawns, and now he's got a very nice pawn storm in front of white's king. But Magnus has a very nice move in mind, and which is queen goes to d7. You attack the knight, and this would come with tempo on the rook. And now we have f takes on g3. Magnus captures the c6 knight. G takes on f2, and here, if you're thinking about grabbing the pawn with the rook, we can explore that. You're now losing the game because Alireza would first give a check with the rook, and you need to move the rook. This is the only move. But Alireza would capture the rook, and you need to capture, and now g4 is just winning a piece, so you can't play that. Here Magnus played king, captures on f2, and now rook goes to f8, putting a lot of pressure on that white king. King to g1, sidestepping, and bishop goes to d6. We have queen captures the pawn, and Magnus is threatening to capture g5 pawn. So Alireza pushes the pawn all the way to g4. He is saying, I will grab a piece, but not so fast. Knight jumps to d2, defending the rook, so the rook is eyeing the queen. And in this position, the best move to keep the game going is to play queen goes to g7. And this move looks so natural to me, to the human eye, that I really can't explain, and I don't understand why Alireza played bishop to f4. Which we can go back and explore what could happen after queen to g7. We would see something like probably captures, and after bishop captures, queen to c4, attacking the e6 and c7 pawn, but queen to e5 defends everything, and the threat is rook d6 and h2. So, but white can easily defend, but the position would be playable for Alireza, and after bishop to f4, he lost some of the advantage, and now we have g3 by Magnus. You can't grab the knight because your queen is hanging. I hope you saw that, but you can give a check, and king goes to g2. Everything is fine for Magnus. Alireza plays queen to g7, you're attacking the pawn and the knight, so Magnus needs to find the best move, and he finds it, which is queen to d3, defends everything, and in this position we're going to explore one quick line. Alireza didn't find it, he played something else, but this should hold the game. Rook captures on f1, and after knight captures on f1, we would see bishop goes back to g5, and after queen goes to b5, eyeing that bishop, so the black queen cannot move. We would see queen goes to e7, defends everything, and after queen to e2, threatening the pawn, you play h5, and everything is fine. The position is still playable, but if we go back, Alireza played bishop to b6, and now we have Magnus calculates precisely. He captures the rook, queen captures, and now queen goes to e2. You're threatening to capture the pawn. This would come with check. You need to defend the pawn with h5, and now h3 busts open the position. Queen goes to g7, eyeing that c3 pawn, but it doesn't matter. h takes on g4, and we have h takes on g4, and now c4 pushing the pawn, getting the pawn out of the way, and preparing to play c5 to close this bishop out of the game. So now we have c6, trying to remaneuver the bishop to this long diagonal, and now we have knight to f1. Here the idea is pretty straightforward. Magnus will play knight to h2 and gobble this pawn. We have king goes to f8 and knight to h2, a very nice move by Magnus. So he will get this g4 pawn, and now we have queen goes to c3 and knight captures on g4. And here the position is already lost. It's positionally lost, and even with the best defense, which I'm going to show you, black is losing this game. The best defense is to play king to e7, we would see e5. The pawn is defended, you got a nice squares outpost for the knight or the queen, and now after bishop to d4 to attack the pawn, king goes to h3, you avoid checks, and after king goes to d8, you play queen to f1. You're threatening back rank check, queen captures on b4, and now you play queen to f6 with check. King goes to d7, and you play queen to g7 with check. And now you need to block with the queen, and queen captures, king captures, and now king goes to g2. You will go from behind, and you're up a pawn, so this is completely winning for white. But after knight takes on g4, here Alireza captured the pawn, which is a mistake, and now Magnus is this is just a matter of technique, and Magnus played knight to e5. He's eyeing that pawn. You can even give a check on f3 square with the queen, so you got a lot of options open. Queen goes to d6, trying to defend something, and queen goes to h5. King to e7, and queen delivers check on h7 square. And here in this position, if you want to go, I'm going to show you a very nice line. If you want to go to f6 square, you can even get checkmated with knight to g4, and king goes to g5. And now you deliver a nice check on g7 square. This is the only move for the king, and now this is a very nice checkmate. So I hope you wouldn't play that. You need to go to e8 square. This is what Alireza played, and this is the best. We have queen goes to g8, getting closer to that black king. King goes to e7, and queen delivers check on g7. King goes to e8, and now even king to h3. Very nice move, escaping some nasty checks from behind. We have bishop goes to d4, and here Magnus calculates precisely. He gives a check on h8. King goes to e7, and knight captures the pawn. This is with check. It's a deflection, and queen captures the knight, but queen captures the bishop. King goes to f7, and now even c5. Magnus is pushing those pawns. He's up 2 pawns, and this is completely winning. In this position, Alireza could easily resign, but he played a few more moves. He wanted to go from behind, but there is nothing more to be done. We have king goes to h4, and now we have king goes to g6. We have e5 now. The threat is check or check on e4. Sorry, I missed this move. Sorry, we have queen goes to e5, and queen goes to c4. And everything is winning. You have got check on g5, and whatever you play, this is what Magnus played. And after king goes to f7, we have king goes to h5. It's you can grab the pawn because queen to f4 comes to a check, and you need to trade queens, and this pawn would promote. We have queen goes to c3, something but pawn to e5. The threat is f6 with check. Queen goes to c2, and after queen to f6, here Alireza resigned because he knows he's getting checkmated in a few more moves, and whatever you play, it doesn't matter. You need to go on the light squares, and here Magnus would just trade queens and captures. This would happen. You're up to pawn, so you're completely winning, and Alireza knows this, so he rather resigned. So yeah, here you have it. I hope you enjoyed in this one. Subscribe if you enjoyed and like this video. But now let's see the standings. Just a moment. These are the... I'm going to... These are the standings after round 6. We have Wesley So is leading the tournament with 11.5 points. Alireza Firouzja with 10 points. Vincent Kemmer with 8 points on third place. And we have Magnus Carlsen with 7.5 points. And Gukesh Domarajo on 5th place with 6.5 points. And Pragnanda with 6 points on last place. So there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed in this one. We'll see you soon with the next chess video. Stay safe and goodbye.